name is Shirley Manson, and I was born in Edinburgh, Scotland. Growing up in Edinburgh was amazing. The more I've travelled, the more I realise how privileged I was growing up here, because it's such a beautiful city, but it's a cultural city and really up there amongst some of the most beautiful cities in the world. And that's, I'm convinced, not a biased opinion, because I've spoken to other people who don't come from Scotland and who've travelled the world, and they sort of put it up there with great cities like Prague and Paris and Rome. What is so great about it is it's filled with Scots people who have no idea that it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world, and that's what makes it so incredible and what makes it so pleasant to be in. It doesn't have a lot of the arrogance and graces that a lot of the great cities do. Every time I meet people, when I'm abroad and people say, "Oh, I've just visited your city," I always say, "And were the people nice?" And they always say, "Oh, they were the best." And I always have I hate myself for it, but I always have a wee beat of pride. My first musical memory of, where I felt I'd really discovered the power of music was going to see my mum sing at the church concert party, and I was about 3 years old, and I remember her singing this song and me realising the power of music to transform. Like, my mum became this siren figure, and I somehow made that correlation between the transformation in music, and I think that's when I first fell in love with the whole nature of it. But singing gave me power that I felt I didn't have as a child. I just never felt sure of myself. And singing has given me that opportunity to reach out and connect with people and connect myself to the world. Having people in my life that I grew up with in Scotland has been a real mainstay for me, with my career, which has taken me all over the world and very much out of my comfort zone. And, when you live a life in the media, it can be very discomforting, because it's quite invasive at times. And it's great to come back to your homeland and have people who you don't have to pretend to be anything with, and just be yourself, and you find yourself again. I suppose my favourite place would be Stockbridge, because that's where I grew up and that's where I've got all my most sort of loving memories. I love St Stephen's Street to shop. I love the castle. I think it's unbelievably amazing and just captures my imagination every time I see it. I love the Modern Art Gallery. I love all the fish and chip shops. You can't find our brown sauce anywhere else in the world. I love the cobblestones. I just think it's a really beautiful city to walk around in and get lost in, and I feel lucky to be here.